Hey guys, your boy here from Your House Fitness. Today we're going to be talking about how there's too many shit deadlifts here on Instagram. Today we're going to go over a couple things. We're going to go through some form checks, some bad form, good form, why it's bad for you, why good, some tips, and we're going to start here. We're going to go from starting from number one. We're going to be talking about why having your hips too low is a bad thing. As we know, deadlift is mainly a hip dominant movement, and when you're going too low into a bottom loaded position, you're taking the emphasis off the hamstrings and the glutes, lower back, and putting it more into a bottom loaded squat position. So it's just changing up the movement a lot and the muscles involved. Next we're going to be going on to shoulders going forward. So why having your shoulders forward is a bad thing? So what that would look like is here you can see on the little shitty thing I drew, the shoulders going forward right here. So why is that a bad thing? So saying when we're going into a deadlift and having our shoulders rolled forward, immediately we start to see a little bit rounding in the mid-back, and that's definitely not what we want. We don't want to lose that mid-back control. Next up, we have incorrect bracing. So you can see here, so a normal mannequin just standing still, takes a big deep breath in, you get that shrug, right? Your ribs expand, lift up, and the shoulders come up. Definitely don't want that. We lose a lot of intra-abdominal pressure when we do that, and that's mainly our goal when taking in proper breathing. So let's go for our last one over here, rounded at the mid-back. A lot of times when you see people deadlifting, even if it doesn't start necessarily at the bottom with the mid-back rounding, they coming up through, a lot of that time is not good because we don't have that mid-back tension, and we can go into and possibly get disc-related injuries, so like herniated discs and stuff like that. So let's go on over here, go into our good form check. We'll go hips parallel into the ground. A good tip I like to use when teaching people deadlifts as well is getting into that nice tabletop position. We put our hamstrings into a lengthened position, glutes in a good position, and then we get that nice straight line, straight bar path all the way up compared to if you were to go into like a bottom loaded squat position. A lot of times your knees will go over the bar, causing the bar to hit the knees and go up. And this also brings the emphasis back onto our hamstrings and glutes, which is what we want.
Oh yeah.
So next up, we go into two. We go shoulders tucked in. So like a great tip for this is I would like to say is bring your shoulders up and back, lock them in. When you do this, you feel a lot of mid-back tension. And that's when you know you're going to be doing it right. So when you go here, this also kind of tailors into the mid-back control. When you keep your shoulders nice and tucked in, you have that nice straight mid-back and you have 100% control of it. So we'll go up to three. So we have the correct breathing. So breathing a lot when deadlifting and doing like a lot of complex barbell movements is very important. And it helps us protect our back. Essentially, it's like kind of like a weightlifting belt of sorts. So what that's going to look like, we have our mannequin standing here still. This is a side view. So he takes a breath in. And you get that nice look, like you're eating good kind of look. You have that nice little belly going on over there. So breathing into the belly is going to help us create a lot of that intra-abdominal pressure. So we take a nice big deep breath in. Stomach rounds out. You hold, brace. So you go down. Breathe out at the top. The stomach will come back down. And it starts to look like you're in a stop position again. And yeah, so straight mid-back control. Just like we were talking about before, we get those shoulders nice and tucked in. Keep the shoulder blades pinched back. So when we're deadlifting, our shoulders won't come forward and they'll be in a perfect line with our back. Just like so. And yeah, so guys, that's going to conclude a couple bad form checks and how to correct them. And things to look out for Instagram when you're watching people deadlift. It's been your boy Christian. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check us out on Instagram, Your House Fitness. Have a good day.
Boom!